Hello everyone, how are you today? It's Kay. So this is the 6th of November on Saturday. Sorry I was a bit late because I was talking with one of the GTS members and talking about the discussion about the market discussions and also some confirmation techniques. So yeah, I hope you're having a great weekend today. This is Saturday. The markets are closed, so usually on Saturdays I talk about some psychology or money management strategies. So today, let's talk about some psychology part. So this is gonna be an open discussion. So if you are here in the chat, if you can write some questions, whatever questions, I'm here to help and answer to these questions today. As long as I go, I will just do it until the end of live stream today. So that could be, the questions could be about psychology or money management related questions are welcomed. And I will do analysis tomorrow on Sunday at the weekly forecast and also during next week. So if you can pinpoint like what kind of questions you have in terms of psychology or money management, that would be great. Alright, so let me squeeze my face and start the session now. Alright, so just a quick disclaimer, this is basically based on my experience. So when you take trades, and when you make a good decision, then please do at your own risk. And since this is a live stream, if you can follow the rules and guidelines, that would be great. So yeah, how is your weekend today? So let's see what to talk about. Today I was reading the original books of Ichimoku today again. I brought these from Japan. So I was reading this book and this is very, very interesting. Like I have read this book. Hold on, let me enlarge frame so that you can see the book itself. So this is the original book of Ichimoku, and this is just one of them. There are 5 books in public to read, and this is just one of the original book. And every time I read, I learn something new, and that's how deep these books are. Especially this one, the first one, the original one, is very, very deep. He talks about the Ichimoku Basics and also very, how to say, like a very basic structure of Ichimoku in 5 lines and also some candlestick patterns or wave analysis. Very basic, but very powerful. And he talks about the Ichimoku based on his own experience and also based on his own like stories sometimes. It's really interesting to read. So if you haven't read the book yet, the original one, I recommend you to read it so that you can get the sense of what he says. Well, it's in Japanese, unfortunately, but if you can read Japanese, then that will be perfect. So, alright, I start to see some comments and questions. So, let me say hi to everyone first, quickly. Alright, hello Roger, thank you for joining the Ichimoku community. So please connect the Discord with YouTube and you get all the perks. Well, thank you for joining and stay gold, Roger. Alright, and I see VPNs here, thank you for joining. And Tanha, good to see you. Laurent, Herm, good to see you. Let's see. Your turn, good to see you. And Sandar, thank you for joining as well. Archback, Mastov, Renato, and Esam, Jin, Hui, DJ Yadi, and Peter, Ash, Armit, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Roban too, good to see you too. This is a relaxing Saturday, but thank you for stopping by on this live stream. Okay, I got one of the questions. He says from Amit. Amit, he says, how to know the top of the market? I think it's impossible to capture the top of the market, is my experience. Well, in time cycles, you can. If it's time cycles and the market is the top, then that might be the top and reverses backwards. But even so, in the future, it might renew the top. So it's impossible to capture top in my experience. Let's see. Jin says, what book of money management do you recommend? In terms of money management, I have studied by my own. So you can get the report on the MT4, MT5. You can download the PDF or spreadsheet on your performance, or when you backtest on the Forex Tester, you get the stats. So in the stats, there are many names like gross profit, gross loss, and drawdown, profit factor, and consecutive losses and wins, all these. So first, you just read these terminologies and also get how to improve your trades in these numbers, basically. So I have studied money management by myself, basically on these numbers, by stats numbers, and I think that that's the best way to learn. So let's say you take 100 trades, and if your profit factor is like only 2, then that means in average your risk and reward ratio are number 2. So every time you take trades, you expect 2 times the risk for return. But if your profit factor is just 1, or if your profit factor is just 0.5, then that means as you trade, the more you trade, I mean, no matter how many times you take trades, you start to lose or you don't make profits in the future. That's the expectation when the profit factor is 1 or less. So that's why I say to everyone is that you have to aim for profit factor 3 on the real trades, and then it should be good. But this one also, profit factor, simply that's the ratio of risk and reward or loss and profit. So if you know that concept, then that's totally fine. And another money management that you need to know is the position sizing, lot sizing. But you can read the articles in Google and you can find tons of information. So personally, I haven't read the book about the money management, but basically, as I trade and as I monitor this performance, I learned naturally by myself. But money management is a very key to success. And money management is related to the psychology. If your money management fails, then your psychology fails too. So it's really important in that sense. All right. Hello, Eugene. Good to see you. Hello. And Nami, thank you for joining as well. Great to see you here. All right. Peter says, all about numbers. A number game, use probabilities, accept, be happy. That's true. The market is all about numbers after all. That is very true. And numbers won't tell a lie. So if you just focus numbers, especially the numbers that are universal, these are the numbers that you have to focus on. So instead of focusing on how much you make, how much you lose, you better focus on how much pips you gain or how much pips you lose. And risk-reward ratio is also universal. No matter how big your account is, it's universal. So you better focus on these universal numbers and track your performance along the way. Yeah, when I was a newbie, I came to Forex world because I wanted to make profits, and I used to focus on how much I gain or how much I lose, or how much somebody else gains, how much somebody else loses. But if I keep doing it, then there's no truth in there on these numbers because these are not universal. All right. Yeah, good to see you. Thank you for joining, everyone. Great to see you again. So this is a relaxing Saturday on the 6th of November. So this is like open and free discussion today. Lahan says, can FT5 run on an old laptop? Just bought using your code. You can run the FT5 on the old laptop, but you have to have enough storage because you're going to be downloading the chart data on your PC and basically run it. So in terms of the performance, it doesn't have to be great, but in terms of storage you have to have enough to run the tester. Otherwise, every time you backtest, you have to delete the previous data and download the new data and run the tester every time like that. And it takes time. It takes time to re-download these data again and again every time you backtest, and it's not efficient. So you have to have enough storage is my recommendation. All right, so I start to see many more comments. So let me continue to answer these questions. So Ash says, how to discipline oneself with stop loss displacement and moving them, and not emotionally move the stop loss or close the trade prematurely. Just follow the system. Yeah, just follow the system is my answer. Yeah, besides system, you never follow anything else. You never follow your own emotion. You never follow your gut feeling. You never follow your intuition. Just follow system, logically, psychologically, and also objectively and rationally. And then that will be a discipline for you. So with regards to stop loss placement and managing stop loss, break even, or trading stops, same rule applies. You have to have the system or the strategy as to when exactly you move the stop loss and where you put the stop loss and how to manage these stop losses. Once you create the system strategy, then simply follow it. And then you will have less emotion as you do it. Yeah, we get emotional because simply because when the system seems not to work anymore, that's when we tend to be emotional. But if your system works, and if you know that the system works in the long term, let's say you take 100 trades and you get nice result, then you don't really care about one single loss, or you don't really care about like a few losses along the way, because among 100 trades, you're confident that you will be running profits overall, so you should be good. But if you haven't backtested yet, and if you only focus on one single trade, profits and losses, or one single day's profits and losses, then you may get emotional. So your strategy should be backed up by these numbers, by the stats and backtesting. Yeah, so Iam says, why is emotion important for you? Emotion is not really important for me when it comes to trading. Of course, in life, emotion is important. Emotion is necessary. But in trading, emotion is not really important. Right, so let's see. The next question is, Vickys says, price action strategy is the best or what? Or for Forex? I think price action is the most important concept on Forex or any markets. Because when you think about it, all the indicators, almost all the indicators are derived from the price action. Even Ichimoku is based on the price action. It takes highs and lows and takes a mid-price, and that's how Ichimoku is created. A Chikou span only takes a close price, but even so, it relates to the price action. And moving average takes a close price, also it averages out. And yeah, these oscillators like MACD, stochastics, RSI are also based on price action after all. So that means if you master price action, then you will have better understanding on other indicators. Because before, when I was studying Forex and I ran into the Ichimoku and I was interested, and that's why I kind of took it to trade, but I didn't know anything about the price action. I only saw the Kumo shape, I only saw the Kumo twist to trade, and I only saw Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen to trade, cross to trade. And I never look at the price action, and I failed so much. And after some consecutive losses in the past, I have studied the price action. Back then, I wasn't using Ichimoku anymore, but I was really studying price action. And then I remember that I was using Ichimoku, and that's why I started to use Ichimoku with the price action, and I started to see the beauty about it. So without the price action knowledge, most likely I won't be able to touch the deep level of Ichimoku either. So in that sense, I think price action is the best, or price action is the basic of the market analysis and strategies. So you can use price action for the stop loss, price action for take profit, price action for the break-even timing, price action for everything you can use. But I use Ichimoku and I use other indications just to see different angles of the market. All right, so let's see. The next comment is from Thanha. He says, how to avoid overtrade. So here is my rule. If I lose 3 times per day, then I stop trading on that day. So you can set the rule in terms of when you stop trading, and then you can avoid the overtrades. Most likely overtrade happens when you lose and when you try to win back the previous losses. That's when people tend to overtrade. Otherwise, it won't be called overtrade. You can overtrade and win more profits, compound more profits, and it doesn't call really overtrade. Overtrade usually calls when you try to win back the previous losses. So when you start to lose 3 times per day, then simply never look at the chart afterwards. Even if you see a strong and stable and beautiful trend afterwards, if you lose 3 times per day already, then simply never look at the chart again, because this is also psychology, is that even if you see the strong, beautiful trend, and when you enter, the market retraces backwards. So it happens actually. The market is watching you and try to lose your money. That's what it is. So when you feel that, when you are under that state of psychology, then simply stay away is the key. Yeah, I used to think like that. I used to think that the market is watching me, and every time I trade, the market always goes backwards. And I didn't know the reason why. Maybe I did something wrong to my family. Maybe I did something wrong to somebody. I don't know. But the market always goes against me. That was my psychology in the past. Yeah, so we just follow your system, your own system, and just take trades logically, and objectively, and I think that's the only way to survive in the market. All right, let's see. Brian says, how do you get over it and be positive again after a few losing trades? So I refresh myself when I lose trades. Still right now, if I have like 3 consecutive losses per day, then sometimes I get discouraged. So when I feel that, then I simply stay away, and maybe I will just go outside and just feel the fresh air, or I will just play the violin, and just fun, or I just watch movie. I just do something that's not related to the trading, and then my emotion comes back to normal. Yeah, so, and you can be positive when your strategy works. Then you start to feel positive again. So what you can do is you can run the tester after you lose, and if you start to see the winning trades on the back testing Forex Tester, and then you might feel positive again. And then you trade on the real trades, and you run profits afterwards. One thing that is very interesting is that there is a theory called a prospect theory in psychology. Prospect theory. So briefly speaking, that means we have the level of joy and level of sadness are not equal always. So for example, if I give you $1,000 and you become happy, right? You become happy because you get this $1,000 for free, and you'll be happy. But let's say you go to the shop, or you go to the restaurant, and you go to the bathroom, and you come back to your place, and you find that your $1,000 is gone. And in that case, you get so sad, you get so frustrated, you may be mad, and this level of sadness or madness is much more than the joy or than the happiness level when you get this $1,000 for free. So these are equal $1,000, whether you gain or lose. But when you investigate the level of happiness, sadness, it's way different. So this is basically prospect theory, and this is the reason why people tend to focus on losses more than the wins. So let's say you win like $100 in one trade, but on the other one, on the next trade, let's say you lose $100. And then technically speaking, number-wise, it's break-even, but in psychology, you feel the loss. So you might overtrade, you might revenge trade to win back the $100, which was break-even. And I think that's also a psychology. So we have to see numbers, but we have to see numbers that are universal, is what I mean. So never focus on how much you lose, how much you win, but focus on these numbers in stats. All right, let's see. Hello, Rajko. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Amir says, best indicator. So I have to say Ichimoku. Yeah, I have to say Ichimoku is my best indicator because I have been using it for a long time, and it's been working great for myself. Yeah. Hello, Saman. Good to see you here. Oh, Eugene, thanks for the comment. Yeah. Let's see what else I can find. Jay says, hi Kay, how many time frames do you use to analyze normally? So I initially screen daily chart and the forward chart. So let's say I open the chart in the morning like this, and if I see these markets, hold on, these are cryptos, so I trade Forex. So let's say I wake up in the morning and I screen on the daily chart and the forward chart. So initially I only take 2 time frames, but if I start to see some trends in pairs, then I will lower the time frames down to 5 and get the entry chance. That's how I deal with these time frames. So I use 5-minute chart, 15-minute chart, and 30-minute chart. I use 1 hour and forward chart and daily chart. And if I see weekly chart trending also, then I take weekly chart as well. And I hardly look at the monthly because in monthly in Forex are ranging all the time. So I don't really focus on the monthly chart in Forex. Especially on these major pairs, I don't really watch the monthly chart and follow the monthly chart. Okay, so let's see. Let me come to the other comments or questions today, because this is open and free discussion. Since this is a relaxing Saturday, it's nice to see everyone. Let's see. Perm says, does KTS work in the stock market? For example, in Nifty, if Nifty goes down, even though specific stock is in uptrend based on KTS, but still the stock follow Nifty downtrend, your suggestions please. Yes, KTS works in stock markets too. I have been backtesting stock markets by my strategy and with different sectors, and it's been working great. So I'm about to trade stock market, but not yet because I'm just watching what's happening in the US and other countries, economies worldwide. So most likely I won't trade stocks this year, and maybe I will start to trade next year. But as for backtesting, KTS has been working great, and also index also it works great. So let's say if you see only one index, for example, Nifty is going down, but the other one's uptrending. If you see Nifty is going down, then you can follow the downtrend by my strategy. Because basically my strategy is a trend follower strategy. So as long as trend goes, you trail the profit, and once it stops, then simply you exit. You take profit. So yeah, it works in that sense. Let's see what else we can have here. Vicky says, how long it took you to be profitable? Total 2 years. To become profitable, 2 years took, and to become really profitable, it took me 3 years. First year was a loss. Sorry, I talked too much today. I woke up very early in the morning, like 6 a.m. And since then I have been talking today. So I get very thirsty right now. So, but yeah, the first year was the loss. Second year was almost break even. In third year, I started to be profitable. Amir says, how much light on you can damage your eyes? Oh, this light. This light is so dim actually. So I put the light over there. On that side, I have 2 lights and 3 lights here, but they are not pointing towards myself. I put the light on the wall, and on the wall reflection, I do the live stream like this. So yeah, I think the camera grade is very good, and that's why you see the brightness But for me, sitting here, I can see the room is kind of dark very much. And also, these glasses are the blue light protection. Very, very, high protection here on these glasses, and that's why I'm good on my eyes here. Yeah, if you trade on the long term, then you wanna have one of these like ultraviolet or this and also blue light cut glasses. Do you bungee jumping? No, I don't. I never bungee jump. I don't like it, actually. Yeah, today it's about psychology or money management, or even money management is related to psychology. So yeah, that's the topic for today. Let's see. Maria says, thank you so much for sharing a very good knowledge. You're welcome. You're welcome always. Yeah, it's me, my pleasure. My pleasure to be able to do this on YouTube. So thank you for watching and thank you for your participation as always. And thank you for the support also. Other says, why does my psychology not accept the trend reversal and exit loss? I think you might be too greedy. So greediness is also the key in trading. If you are too greedy, then you won't have much success. And how you be greedy is when you are rushed to make profits. Then you might be more greedy and you might be ending up with entering on the wrong timings. So in order not to be greedy, first of all, you have to have enough saving or enough income and only take a part of the income, part of the saving on trading. So I say you have to have two wallets. One wallet is to live, and other wallet is to invest. And this wallet to invest, in psychologically, you have to think that this is okay to lose because you still have the money to live, and you can live with it, and you can increase the money to live. You can save money on this side. But if you're using the living money to trade, then that's when the greed comes. So always split your asset into two and always trade with the spare money. And then you should be good. So trade as if you're trading the demo account is a key to success. If you cannot trade like a demo account, then you have to either practice, you have to either decrease the lot sizing, or that might be too aggressive. Laurent says, if you have a position at Friday, do you let your trade go on during the weekend if you win? Yes, I do. Yeah. So if I set the break-even line, and if I set also the stop loss 30 pips above my position, then I will go over the weekend with the position. All right, let's see. Eugene says, what broker are you linked to, if I may ask? I have two brokers right now. One is XM Trading, and also the other one is IG. And it's been very well. IG is new to me, but looks like they have good support, good service. So I just started to use IG, but XM has been great so far. All right, let's see. So let me pick up some other comments, few comments, and I will end the session for today. So let's see. All right, hello everyone. Thank you for joining. Once again, good to see you. Master of says, how many trades you did in total? In total for the last 8 years, I'm not sure. I have no idea how many trades I take. When I first started, I took like 20 trades, 30 trades per day. So I was taking many trades in the beginning, but I switched myself to day to swing trade. So now I'm taking maybe 15 or less trades per monthly basis, and return will be 10%, 20% every month. Let's see, let me pick some other comments here now. Okay, let's see. H. Bashar says, hi Kay, can you explain about the stop loss line? What is the value of this line when your position is in the right direction and when we are making profit? A few pips should be spaced with the current price. If you run at least 30 pips above, then you can move the stop loss to break even. Or if you start to see N wave for their direction, then you can move the stop loss to break even. But anyhow, you have to confirm after the entry, you have to confirm the market is going towards the direction, and that's the only timing when you can move the stop loss to break even. But you cannot move the break even just because you don't want to lose. If you keep doing it, if you keep moving stop loss break even only with like 10 pips running profit or only few pips, very small pips or profit, if you keep doing it, then you will have too many break-even trades and you can't make profit over time. So make sure that you move the stop loss to break even when you see the market go towards your direction, is my advice. Okay, so I do see many more comments, but I guess I will end the live stream right now. So I will take a quick rest and get ready to the Ichimoku membership live in about 15 minutes. So yeah, once again, thank you for joining today. It was nice chatting with you as always. So if you liked it, please press the like button before you leave. That would be great so that it keeps me going. So yeah, I will see you on the next one. Until then, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gold. All right? Mata ne everyone. Thank you so much.